Cracker Ass Regalia for you, because I know you haven't had any in a while, and I know you're probably going through some kind of withdrawal, but this is what I have for you. Clear up my voice a little bit. I was sick for about a week. I had pneumonia. Was running a fever for like a week. I was sick for almost 2 weeks. I mean, it was crazy. I was running like 102 fever and just having those crazy fever dreams, and I was like on the brink of death. I was like near dying, and I was slipping in and out of consciousness, and I had actually died, and ended up in some kind of, it was like purgatory or hell or something. I was there, and I was like frozen. I couldn't move. I was stuck. And after that, what had happened was like water started to fill up to my knees and freeze like instantaneously. It just automatically froze like up to my knees, and I was just stuck there, and it just got really cold, and it was like a dark grayish bluish color, and there was a sister, which I don't have a sister. I don't have a sister, at all. I had a sister there in this realm, wherever I was, and she was, trying to help me and lead me and will me back into existence, back into reality, back into this life, and she did just that, because I had survived. I was facing death, looking death in the eye, and it was an experience. But aside from that, let's get on track to the good old fashioned Cracker Ass Regalia. Now, what I have for you is, I have a couple stories from way back, 15 years ago, 15, 16 years ago in the past. I was about 15, 16 at the time, and my cousin Fat Danny, we were over there. He was sleeping upstairs in the attic on the bed next to the window. All right, now outside the window, it was Christmas lights. All right, there was about a good 20, 25 foot of Christmas lights outside the windows. My uncle kept them up all year around, just stapled up, and just So I reached out and I pulled these wires in and started wrapping them around Fat Danny as he's asleep, and he's oblivious. He's a heavy sleeper, so I started wrapping them around him, and as he's sleeping, he's tossing and turning and just getting tangled up more and more into these Christmas lights, and and then I take a Discman. A lot of you young kids that might not know, 15 years ago we didn't have iPods or anything like that. We had disc players, portable disc CD players. So I put a Marilyn Manson CD in, and put on a crazy, wild, headbanging song, and put the volume up full blast, put headphones on them, and then plug the Christmas lights in, and then plug the headphones into the jack into the disc player, and it started blasting and woke him up. He just woke up looking like a lit up Christmas tree. His eyes were all bright red and just didn't know what was going on, and he was just out of it, frantic and in a panic, and it was funny, but that was good times. And then aside from that, there was another time, just harmless pranks, because I was always a cut off and a prankster and a jokester and a jikester, because face it, that's who I am. I am who I says I am, and I is who I says I is, and I bring that Cracker Ass Regalia. So, now, another time, this was harmless, funny, it might have, you know, hurt some egos and fuck with their heads a little bit, but I was dyeing my hair, you know, black one time, and you know, my cousins Danny and Nikki, they're both redheads, you know. Some of you may know who they are. They have, you know, bright red hair. Danny, just bright red hair. Nikki, long, curly red hair. What I did was told them it was light brown hair color. I was just dyeing my hair light brown. So they wanted to dye their hair light brown too. So Fat Danny took it first and, you know, put the glove on and started, you know, getting it all over his hair, and, you know, dyed the top part of his head, and then he started taking it and, you know, smearing his beard, trying to dye his beard and mustache, which he didn't even have. He was like 14 years old at the time, so he didn't even have any facial hair. He was just trying to dye the little peach fuzz that he had. So, you know, and this shit, you know, it stained his face. It wouldn't wash off. You know, it's scrubbing and scrubbing. It took a few days to wash off. So, you know, and then Nikki, you know, at the same time, you know, simultaneously started dyeing her hair as Danny was, you know, going to work on his hair and face and everything. So Nikki got her hair all dyed up, you know, dark black, jet black, after they had realized, you know, Nikki looked like Elvira, and you know, they got upset, they got pissed, they got mad, they ran downstairs and told on me, told Big Diz, my Uncle Big Dan, told him Fat Danny's running downstairs looked like something out of Super Mario Brothers with dark-ass black hair and stained black face, and Nikki looked like Morticia with dark-ass black hair and fair-skinned, and it was hilarious. I mean, you know, the Big Diz was pissed. You know, we had to go get hair color stripper, hair color remover, and, you know, fix their hair. They couldn't go to school for a few days, you know, just until we got that whole situation cleared up. But, I mean, that's just, you know, one, two of the many things that I used to do as growing up, cutting up. I used to do just off-the-wall, crazy cutting up pranks. I used to just murder people when they were asleep, and I used to just have at it, you know. I mean, I'm not talking about, you know, shaving cream in your hand and feather tickle in your face. I went beyond the extremes. I was the ultimate cut up, and everybody knew not to fall asleep around me because you were going to get it. And that is what Ass Regalia is all about. So, since you missed, you know, the past week and a half, 2 weeks of me, I figured I'd just bring you a couple old stories that you know, that I found humorous and entertaining and hilarious. So I hope you got the same out of it as well. And until next time, you know I bring nothing but the best of that good old-fashioned Ass Regalia from your boy Jike.